What is going on, guys? The 2019 NFL Draft is done with. Now we sit back and watch a handful of these players embark on legendary careers. This will have been the starting point in a turnaround for a handful of NFL franchises. For other teams, draft weekend in Nashville will just be one of the many times where they blew a chance to turn their futures around. We're only looking at the positives, the teams and players that really came out of the draft weekend with more than they could have expected. I'm Jason Biondo, and today we present the 10 biggest winners from the 2019 NFL Draft. And don't forget to leave your video ideas down below. We'll be looking, and if we pick your idea, we're going to give you a shout out in the video. So you get a shout out on TPS, and we use your video idea. So that's like awesome. You're basically like a sports writer. Don't forget to subscribe to TPS and put on your notifications because we post videos every single day. Every day is a new video. So subscribe. Number 10, New England Patriots. Now sorry if you hate the New England Patriots and want them to decline, but just because they draft lower than everybody else doesn't mean Bill Belichick misses out on the good players. Once again, he toyed with the competition and found the hidden gems. Teams continued to pass on big impact players that fell into Belichick's lap. We've seen this all before. It's bad news for 31 other teams. Belichick took Arizona State wideout N'Keal Harry with the 32nd pick. Now he doesn't have the best drafting history with wideouts, but Harry feels like a natural fit for the Pats offense. With Julian Edelman getting up there in age, the Patriots had to take their shot, and Harry is a safe bet. Vanderbilt corner Jawan Williams was another good ad. Belichick had to address his secondary with some aging players, namely Devin McCourty. Defensive end Chase Winovich could be the absolute steal of the draft, and he should replace some of the production that was vacated by Trey Flowers' departure. Hard to not like the pick of Alabama running back Damian Harris. Good luck deciding which Patriots running back to take in fantasy now. It's gonna be hard. And finally, the Pats may have found Tom Brady's successor in Auburn QB Jarrett Stidham, taken with the 133rd pick. If he works out, Belichick can exhale and not worry about finding TB12's eventual replacement. But again, will there ever be another Tom Brady? The Patriots hit all of their needs and add some young talent to work around over the long run. Another great draft pick from Belichick. Gotta give him respect. Number 9, Washington Redskins. The Redskins aren't used to doing things right these days, but they sure as heck come away as a major winner in the draft. The team could really afford to move up for a quarterback. They had to stay there and hope for the best. And once it was Washington's time to pick at 15, Ohio State cornerback Dwayne Haskins was there for the taking. And so Washington took Haskins, one of the few decent QB prospects in his year's draft. So even if Alex Smith and Colt McCoy can't play in 2019, the Redskins now have veteran Case Keenum and young and talented Haskins to lean on. Honestly, they have a lot of QBs. They got some stuff to work with. But the Redskins also got Mississippi State defensive end Montez Sweat at number 26. He was supposed to go earlier, but now Sweat and Pro Bowler Ryan Kerrigan get to have fun rushing the quarterback together. Taking Ohio State wideout Terry McLaurin in the 3rd round was a solid move as well. He has the chance to emerge as the team's best pass catcher in 2019. For once, football fans in DC can be somewhat optimistic. Maybe they have their QB of the future. If Haskins pans out as hoped, Washington won't be stuck in long-term mediocrity much longer. Number 8, Tennessee Titans. The Titans are one of the biggest free agent winners, and GM John Robinson followed it up with perhaps his best draft yet. Obviously, the controversial selection of Mississippi State defensive end Jeffrey Simmons led to some criticism. Despite his checkered history, Simmons should have a good fit on that defense. And even if he is a bust, the Titans can lean on their other 2019 draft picks. The Titans also got Ole Miss wideout A.J. Brown with the 51st selection, and there's no way Robinson thought he'd fall to them that late. Now Marcus Mariota has Brown, Corey Davis, Delaney Walker, Derrick Henry, and Adam Humphries to throw to. That's a lot of weapons. Who do you focus on shutting down? We're also fans of the Nate Davis and Amani Hooker picks, as the Titans add more depth to a quality O-line and excellent secondary. If Mariota is healthy in 2019, the Titans are loaded and poised to compete for a Super Bowl. Don't at me. Or maybe at me on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, at Jason Biondo. Go subscribe. Number 7, Lamar Jackson. The Baltimore Ravens were super smart here. GM Eric DeCosta knew it wasn't necessary to address the league's best secondary, but he did know it was a priority to add more offensive playmakers for young quarterback Lamar Jackson. And add more offensive playmakers for Jackson he did. It started with the home run pick of Oklahoma wideout Marquise Brown, who should fit the Baltimore offense perfectly. Big Notre Dame wideout Miles Boykin, taken 93rd overall, was also a genius move by DeCosta. Boykin at the very least is a reliable target in the red zone. Taking Oklahoma State running back Justin Hill was your typical sneaky good move by the Ravens. And with that, Jackson now has a dynamic running back in Hill who should complement Mark Ingram well. Boykin and Brown are poised to be big-time impact players in Baltimore. This was a great draft for Baltimore, but Jackson is the bigger winner here. He led this team to a division title without much help at wideout. Now look who he gets to work with. He's gonna have such a fun sophomore year. Number 6, Miami Dolphins. After spending the last 20 years in complete mediocrity, the Miami Dolphins decided it was time for a change. Brian Flores is the new head coach. Ryan Tannehill was sent to the Tennessee Titans. Once you throw in Miami's haul over the draft weekend, and you can see why it's a great time to be a Dolphins fan again. For once, the organization is finally trending in the right direction. The Dolphins hit a grand slam when they took Clemson defensive tackle Christian Wilkins with the number 13 pick. This is the ideal player for Flores, the Patriots defensive play caller in 2018, to build his team around. Wilkins will make an immediate impact and plug the holes on a defense that's been suspect against the run for several years now. But adding Wilkins was only one part of Miami's epic draft weekend. The team found its QB of the future in Josh Rosen, landing the 2018 first-round pick from the Arizona Cardinals for a bargain price of only a 2019 second-rounder and a 2020 fifth-round pick. Wow, it's not bad. We also like the third-round selection of Wisconsin guard Michael Dieter, who should help shore up a weak offensive line. Miami has a new star on defense to build around, a quality offensive lineman, and it's quarterback of the future. The draft really couldn't have gone much better for the Fins, who are in position to finish this rebuild in short time. Number 5, Carolina Panthers. The Panthers are coming off their second losing season in 3 years. There were plenty of holes for GM Marty Hurney to fill, and he managed to fill out the bulk of them with some genius and sneaky moves. Taking defensive end Brian Burns with the 15th pick was maybe Hurney's best pick yet. I mean, we love it. Burns should take some of the pressure off of Luke Kuechly. Finally, Carolina has another reliable pass rusher. This one's coming off the edge. Offensive tackle Greg Little somehow fell to Carolina at number 37, allowing Hurney to patch up a hole in the O-line. Taking West Virginia signal caller Will Greer in the third round was a risky move, but the team has to protect itself in case Cam Newton's shoulder holds him back. It was a move that Hurney had to make. So take a bow, Mr. Hurney. This was an excellent draft for you. Number 4, Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars were a huge winner in free agency, where they landed Super Bowl 52 MVP Nick Foles. But after a strong draft, it's safe to say the Jaguars will enter Super Bowl contention again in 2019. Honestly, I think the Jaguars and the Browns are both like the top contenders here. The Jaguars beefed up an already lethal front seven by taking Kentucky defensive end Josh Allen, not to be confused with Buffalo Bills quarterback Josh Allen. The Jaguars also hit a home run where they took tackle Jawan Taylor with the number 35 pick. He was supposed to go much earlier. That already stout offensive line adds much more muscle, and honestly, I love it. Third round pick Josh Oliver, the tight end out of San Jose State, should also emerge as a nice weapon for Foles. We like the decision taking running back Raquel Armstead in round 5. He'll pressure Leonard Fournette to straighten himself out and produce more in 2019. The Jaguars have hit many of their picks in recent years, but this 2019 haul might be their best yet. They're all safe picks. The first 3 should be impact players. We are loving the chances of a turnaround in Jacksonville. Number 3, Denver Broncos. Following a third straight non-playoff season, John Elway had a difficult task in trying to repair a team that had some young talent in place, but also too many aging veterans. Well, this might go down as the best draft haul in Broncos history. Elway has put Denver in a position not only to rebuild in 2019, but to compete for Super Bowls in the immediate future. He wisely made a deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers to move down from the number 10 spot. He then took Iowa tight end Noah Fant with the number 20 selection, and that man promises to be a perennial Pro Bowler. He's joining an offense that already consists of Cortland Sutton and Philip Lindsay. Elway then shifted his focus towards the organization need and took Kansas State offensive tackle Dalton Reisner in the second round. He also made a trade with the Cincinnati Bengals and took Missouri quarterback Drew Lock right after Reisner. And with that, Elway finally has his long-term answer at QB. If Joe Flacco doesn't work out, so be it. Lock is ready to roll. On defense, Elway has Bradley Chubb and Von Miller. He's wisely allowing new head coach Vic Fangio to work on the defensive unit himself. Elway knew it was crucial to add to the offense. One stud tight end, one talented offensive lineman, and one QB of the future later, and suddenly the Broncos are trending up again. Life is good in the Mile High City. Number 2, defensive linemen / linebackers. So, how can we make this short and sweet? Look at the 2018 draft class, which was all about quarterbacks. Other recent classes have been about a mix of positions. Some had a great combination of quarterbacks, wideouts, running backs, linebackers, pass rushers, the usual. But outside of Kyler Murray, this class was all about defensive linemen. 7 of the top 10 picks and 15 of 32 first rounders were either a defensive lineman, defensive tackle, or linebacker. That's a huge win. Nick Bosa of the San Francisco 49ers is going to be a superstar. Ditto for Quinnen Williams of the New York Jets. Ed Oliver was a wonderful pick for the Buffalo Bills. Devin White, Devin Bush, and Josh Allen have the makings to be franchise changers as well. What a year to be a front 7 player. You sure got taken early, and most of you are perfect fits for the teams you were drafted to. Very high chance we'll look back on this as one of the hands-down greatest draft classes ever. Number 1, Kyler Murray. What else can we say? The Heisman Trophy winner saw his value skyrocket skyrocket to the point where the Cardinals decided they didn't need Rosen. And so Arizona wasted no time and took the Oklahoma product first overall. Now going first overall makes Murray a winner alone, but he's also in prime position to succeed with the Cardinals. Don't worry about his size. Russell Wilson and Drew Brees have fared fine, thank you very much. Murray is joining a team with a future Hall of Famer in Larry Fitzgerald, a talented youngster in Christian Kirk, and a stud running back in David Johnson. Arizona didn't waste any time adding more talent to help Murray. They took wideouts Andy Isabella and Hakeem Butler in the second and fourth rounds. Now Murray has too many playmakers. That's a good thing, we think. Murray had a tough decision between going to the majors or going to the NFL, and he chooses the latter. It turned into a #1 overall pick, and he figures to be the franchise savior for a team with 70+ years of mediocrity on its resume. It may take a while until he puts it all together, but Murray has the skill set to be a major star in the NFL. We're banking on it. So here's to you, Kyler Murray, #1 in the draft and #1 on our list of the 2019 NFL Draft winners. Go get him, kid. Who do you think was the biggest winner in the 2019 NFL Draft? Join me in the comment section below. Make sure to follow me and TPS on social media. We post great content all the time. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I post videos every single week and they're super entertaining. I just wore a diaper to the Avengers movie and I don't know why, but it was funny. So go subscribe. Make sure to subscribe to TPS because we post videos every single day. Every day is a new video, so why wouldn't you subscribe? If you like this video, give it a like. It takes one click right down there. Smash that like button. I know you want to. Just tap it. You're looking right at it. Of course, thank you so much for watching. I'm Jason Biondo, and I'll see you next time.